So step one is we're going to do all the cooking. So we're going to cook the pigeon first and we're going to caramelize the chicory. So step one, so we're going to get the pan nice and hot. If you can't get hold of any game at all, then we can do it with duck. It works really well with duck.
It's nice and festive, isn't it? I know we're a bit early, but we are heading towards the festive season.
Well, we try and change the menu twice a year. So we try and change it for spring, summer and autumn, winter. So we're pretty much in line really. Right, so first of all we're going to start with the chicory. I'm going to get the chicory in there. So at the same time we're actually going to get the pigeon breast in there. I mean, you can cook this whole, but we like to cook it on the breast. So we've marinated this in a little bit of olive oil, some garlic and some rosemary as well. So it's really, really delicious. Beautiful. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to add a bit of rosemary in there as well, and some garlic. So the pigeon breasts are very small, so there's no need really to put it in the oven. We should be able to just cook it through nicely in there. So now I'm just going to take it off the heat, and the French call it nappé. We're going to coat it because we're not French. And we're just going to pop a little bit of the fresh butter over the top there as well. We're actually going to leave this now. We're going to leave it under the heat lamps and it will continue to cook through. And while we wait for it to cook, we're going to make a dressing. We're going to make a really mustardy dressing, yeah, because it really works well with the game. Yeah, so we're going to add a small bit of Dijon mustard in there. We're going to add some white wine vinegar. I mean, again, it's good with cider vinegar, and it actually worked with red wine vinegar as well, but today we're going to use a nice little bit of white wine vinegar. We're also going to add a little bit of honey. And then for the oil, we're going to use two oils. We're going to use olive oil, but we're also going to use vegetable oil because it's quite neutral. If we just used olive oil, it would get too bitter. Yeah, so we've got a nice Dijon-y sweet dressing there, which is going to work well with the oranges. So now we're going to start building the salad, and we're going to put it all together.
Over to the next workstation.
So Deepak's going to show you here how we fill the orange down.
Oh, that lovely citrus smell is wafting over.
So again, we can have slices or we can do segments. But for this particular dish, we're going to use slice. These are pickled walnuts. Now, if you can't get hold of these, you can just use any normal walnut and you can toast them. Add a little bit of fresh butter. But these are actually very young walnuts, and what we do, we actually make them here. We take a young walnut, we brine them, so we leave them in a salt solution overnight, and then we pickle them in malt vinegar. So this is very British, yeah, and we're very proud to be British. So we're going to add a few of these in here as well. And then for the leaf, just to give it a little bit of a crunch, and just to complement the cooked chicory, we're also going to add some frisee lettuce. It's great frisee, it's very crisp, it's very light, it's very fresh, and it also gives a bit of volume to the salad. So this is going to go in. We've already cooked the pigeon, it's beautiful and pink. Deepak's just going to start slicing this for us now. We've caramelized this chicory. We're just going to add a little bit of honey on here as well. And then we're going to start building this dish up. We're going to add this beautiful chicory. 2 slices, because quite big. And now that lovely mustardy honey dressing is going to go in there as well. We're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, as always, just to season it up. We're going to put the chicory on the plate first, just like that.
So you're crisscrossing the chicory so it looks pretty.
I mean, the main thing is it tastes great. I'm going to make it pretty because I'm a chef, but if you're going to do this at home, if you just put it in a bowl, it's still going to be a fantastic starter.
Beautifully pink meat. It looks nice and tender.
Yeah.
Placing that on the top of the dish, on top of the plate.
Anywhere really. It's not a fancy restaurant, it's It's a gastropub, so we just put a bit of meat there. I'm actually going to garnish this with some pomegranate. It just gives us a little bit of colour. Yeah. And because we pickled the walnuts, I just want a little bit of a crunch on there as well. So I'm also going to pop some lovely pine seeds in this mixing bowl. Get a bit of dressing on there. I'm just going to add that as well. I'm going to add some pea shoots. These are actually chickpea shoots, but they've got lots of flavour and they're really nice. Gives the dish some volume. And I am just going to start to put a few of these on the plate as well. A little bit more frizzy. Like that. Some nice chive batons again to give it a little bit of volume.
Your warm wood pigeon salad's looking very appealing. I think we need to taste it now. So I'm going to dig in. Please do as well, Chef.
Okay.
Let's see what you think of your creation.
Good old Yorkshire pigeon.
Yeah, good Yorkshire pigeon. I'm really excited about the pigeon and the pickled walnuts, I have to say.
Delicious. Very good.
That's really given me a taste of home. So, yeah, gamey, very tender, the pigeon. Beautiful, isn't it?
It's delicious.
And the kick of the Dijon and the mix with the pickled walnuts, absolutely lovely. Very Moorish. And this is something that you would have as a starter, or would you have it as a main on the Dhow Anchor menu?
No, it's a starter, but we like to give big portions in Dhow Anchor. It's not some fancy little restaurant where we put a few bits of food on the plate. We like to give nice, rich, large portions.
Lovely, really, really tasty.